Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, it is peanut butter and jelly day. I love peanut butter and jelly as long as I got potato chips and milk. Randy Fine won the special election down in Florida. This adds a seat for the Republicans in Congress. It was close, according to the polls, but Fine won. In addition to that, Jimmy Patronis also won a Florida congressional seat. Patronis is the one who's replacing Matt Gaetz' congressional seat. So that's a 2 pickup in Congress. A little bit of bad news. Last night, Susan Crawford won to secure a 4-3 Democratic majority on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. You can't make this up, folks. $99 million was spent in this race. Here's my take on this, which is different than probably anybody else. She was an incumbent. She was a woman. And I think that made the difference in the race. Cory Booker spoke. He broke the record. He broke Strom Thurmond's previous record. He spoke for 25 hours and 5 minutes on the House floor. Why? Just to protest everything Trump's doing.
I didn't know how long I could go, but I'm so grateful that I lasted for 25 hours.
Was it your goal coming in to speak longer than Strom Thurmond? And a question that so many people have is, how do you maintain the stamina? How did you not have to use the restroom for 25 hours? Did you find a way to use the restroom? Can you talk to us about that?
And my back was sore and my legs were hurting, so I just didn't know if I could. So I didn't want to set any expectations. The mission was really to elevate the voices of Americans, to tell some of their really painful stories, very emotional stories, and to let go and let God do the rest.
Oliver Stone testified before Congress and says he would like Congress to reopen the JFK assassination. When you think about all of our forensic ability, and there's probably a few witnesses maybe still alive, I think this makes total sense, don't you?
I asked the committee to reopen what the Warren Commission failed miserably to complete. I ask you in good faith, outside all political considerations, to reinvestigate the assassination of this President Kennedy from the scene of the crime to the courtroom, which never happened, but which means the chain of custody on the rifle, the bullets, the fingerprints, the autopsy that defies belief, and that if it were a murder, we'd have given to the poorest man dying in a gutter. Let us reinvestigate the fingerprints of intelligence all over Lee Harvey Oswald from 1959 to 1960, his violent death in 1963. And most importantly, this CIA, whose muddy footprints are all over this case, a true interrogation.
Senate confirmed Matt Whitaker. I hung out Matt Whitaker several times down in Mar-a-Lago, Kentucky Derby. He's a great guy. He is now the ambassador to NATO. There's a new book out saying Barack Obama did not want Kamala Harris, wanted an open convention, wanted to pick somebody else, did not like Kamala Harris. And he didn't endorse her right away. Guess what happened? Joe Biden endorsed Kamala Harris out of revenge against Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Barack Obama for doing it to him. Infighting. Pretty wild story. Tim Tebow went to the Oval Office with his wife and Mark Rubio doing the Gator smack. Bill Maher had dinner Monday night with Dana White, Kid Rock, and Trump at the White House. And per Kid Rock, he was blown away. Bill Maher was blown away. Like it was a real positive experience. Wisconsin, there's a positive. The voters in Wisconsin decided there will be mandatory voter ID to vote. Social Security scammers. Apparently 400,000 folks were scammed by this guy, and according to Elon Musk, an arrest is imminent. And Fox News hit it out of the park. They best quarter ever. And I got a theory about this. As people who traditionally would not watch Fox News, those independents and Democrats and Republicans on the edge who have now warmed up to Trump, what do? They come over to Fox News. Pam Bondi has directed her United States attorneys to seek the death penalty for Luigi. That's a hell of a statement. World News, Israel says no more tariffs on American products. Thank you, Benjamin Netanyahu. Pop Culture, sad story, Val Kilmer. He was one of my favorite actors and great job, producer. His iconic performances of the Iceman, Doc Holliday, my fave, Jim Morrison, just amazing. And he was in Heat too. I mean, the guy was an amazing actor. I liked him. He was too young to die, pneumonia. And Rebecca Lose, the alleged lover of Beckham, Ben Beckham, made fun of his kit, said it was tiny. Of course, we know that's BS. Every woman knows you make fun of a guy's kit is the way to poke him. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know what? Billy Idol is up for the Rock and Roll. You know, that's all I care about. Billy Idol belongs in the Rock and Hall of Fame. I meant to bring my sheet with all the names on it, and I didn't, but we'll have more on it later. And with Sports Without Boundaries, the NFL, that's all I've got. The NFL meetings have been going on, and they're going to do away with the visible change for first downs. They're going to use technology. I got something in history. In 1917, on this date in history, Woodrow Wilson went before Congress and asked for a declaration of war against Germany. A couple things I'd like to share with you, little fun facts. It was not the sinking of the Louisiana that pushed Woodrow Wilson over the edge. It was, they found, it was called the Zuckerman, I think, transcript, a telegram. We intercepted a telegram from Germany to Mexico asking Mexico to invade us. That led to it. Another fun fact is everybody thinks of World War I is 4 years. It was, but not for us. We were only there for 2 years, and our entering the war ended the war. All right, now for the Shakespeare insult of the day. Do not be a bed-swerving, beef-witted vassal. I have no idea what that means, but it comes from Shakespeare. Do not be a bed-swerving, beef-witted vassal.